Another booster delivered today in London. The number of daily third doses in the UK is now averaging above 400,000. And that needs to continue. With more than 1,000 new cases of the Omicron variant in the past 24 hours, these boosters are vital to stopping a repeat of last Christmas.
We've seen this movie before with Kent and Delta and now with Omicron. It's really important that we focus on this. This is a national endeavour and we want to see everybody come forward and get their booster.
Third doses are not the only measure to fight Omicron. Masks in more settings and COVID passports are part of Plan B rules that will be voted on this Tuesday in Parliament. And there's a growing number of Conservative MPs ready to defy the government and vote against them.
Yep, all good.
Backbench Brexiteer Steve Baker happy this morning to be the face of the coming rebellion.
Well, it's absolutely essential now that we create a kind of society that's worth living in. I'm determined that that does not mean living under minute and frequently changing rules, and that's why I'll be voting against extending mask mandates, I'll be voting against vaccine passports, and I'll be voting against mandatory vaccination as a condition of employment in the NHS.
But are you not worried about the data from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine saying that we could see tens of thousands of deaths if we don't have these restrictions?
Well, let's be really clear what they've published. They've published modelling, and I've had a lot to say about the models. Unfortunately, they're very often based on assumptions which are wrong and pessimistic.
For Baker and other rebels, this is their worry: compulsory vaccinations, which prompted this protest yesterday in Austria. MPs are concerned Plan B is just the start of a slow march towards more restrictions and regulations. And it all comes after more news of alleged rule breaking by the Prime Minister last Christmas. The Sunday Mirror revealing an image of Boris Johnson hosting a quiz round at Downing Street. The government said it was a virtual event and the Prime Minister only briefly attended to thank staff for their work during the pandemic. But even Tory MPs who agree with that line won't support Downing Street when it comes to the new rules.
I've had a handful of emails around the parties. I think more people are concerned about restrictions. More people are concerned about what sort of Christmas they're going to have this year. And so that's why I'm taking the step I'm taking on Tuesday.
And that means Boris Johnson will rely on this man to get Plan B through.
We, the Labour Party, will vote for them because we know it's in the public interest, but the Prime Minister can't even get it through his own party. He can't discharge the basic functions of government anymore.
Plan B will likely be voted in despite the Tory disquiet. But Boris Johnson can't kick this party anger into the long grass. On the horizon is the North Shropshire by-election this Thursday, with concerns the Conservatives could lose a once safe seat. And what would that mean for the Prime Minister's hold on the party, the country and the pandemic?